to burn belly fat.
So the first thing you have to understand is that fat is a form of energy in your body. And your body has two energy sources, so fat and carbs. And your hormones are going to dictate which energy source that you're going to be using. So how do you end up with all the energy on your belly? But you can't burn it. So glucagon and insulin are two hormones in your body that help with fat burning. When the glucagon is high, your insulin is then low. So they're like opposites. Just like your hamstring and your quadricep in your leg. When your quads are contracting, you cannot contract your hamstring. So when your glucagon is high and your insulin is low, you're burning fat. Now when your glucagon is low and your insulin is high, you're burning carbs. So let's just say you finish a meal, your insulin levels went up. And now your glucagon levels went down. And remember what that means. And that means you're now burning the carbs because you have to burn the meal that you just ate. However, every food has a different impact on your glucagon and insulin levels. For example, look at the effect of insulin levels from carbs compared to protein and fats. So if you have a high carb meal like pasta, pizza, rice, those kind of things, your insulin levels would shoot up a lot higher compared to a meal that's rich in proteins and fats, and lower in carbs or has more fibrous carbs. This rule is FFP, fiber, fat, protein. So now your insulin only spiked that high. So let's say you finish your last meal at 7 p.m. Then at 8 p.m., your fasting starts. So now by 12 a.m., your blood sugars start to normalize. By 2 a.m., your insulin levels drop. And by 4 a.m., your glucagon goes up. Now, this is if you had a healthy meal. If you had pasta, pizza, high carbs, any type of alcohol, then that's not going to happen. Now, let's say you wake up at 7 a.m. and you have a high carb breakfast like this. Your insulin goes back up, glucagon goes back down, and then you really don't burn fat. Then the hunger kicks in. You're craving more foods, crappy foods. Now, if you just fast a little longer, about 11, you have an extra 4 to 5 hours of fat burning. And if you control dinner with FFP, your insulin levels are going to come down a lot faster. And your glucagon will go up a lot faster. And the more fibrous your carbs, the lower the insulin spike. You're going to become a fat burning machine if you follow the FFP rule. Cravings are gone, you're not hungry, you're not having that midday mental crash, and you can do all of this without counting your calories and maintain a deficit without counting, simply because you're not hungry. So here are some signs to see if your insulin levels are high. You're getting hungrier, you're craving more sugar, because your body depends on burning carbs for fuel and not burning that belly fat. You follow the principle, bye-bye belly, you're going to be burning fat like crazy.